Yes, people, welcome to another episode of the Barbershop Convo. I'm your host, Kenneth. Today, I'm with my brother, a friend, someone who I've known in my early journey in barbering. We studied barbering and hairdressing in Western College. Shout out to Western College. My brother, Say, how are you doing, bro?
Yeah, I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good. Like I said, we've known each other for many years now. Um, and yeah, I think I'm here to talk about my journey and headmasters and all that. Obviously, we started doing hair in West Thames College. Um, but yeah,
Man, how long ago was that? That was like, what, 2016?
that was time ago, man. Time ago,
Wow.
lifetime ago.
Wow. I can't believe it, bro. Like we're like 2025 now. Time just go by so quick,
Bro,
man.
I feel like I'm getting old, man. I can't lie. I'm telling it, old man, bro. I can't.
Bro, I know, bro, but hey, all these years of being in the same industry just means that you're building in so much experience, so much knowledge into your craft, man. How was it like for you anyways, like in Headmasters? How was Headmasters like?
Uh, I'll say at the start it was a bit difficult.
Mm,
Obviously, I'm not the typical person you would see in a hairdresser. You get what I mean? So
for
when people
sure.
get in, they're like, I want him doing my hair. Basically, you get what I'm saying? Um,
Yes.
but I feel like it was a gift and a curse because at the same time, it's like they don't expect you to do a good job. So then when you do a good job, they're like, "Rah," like you get what I mean? But
Yeah,
yeah,
it's like
go
a heat of surprise for them, isn't it?
exactly. And I feel like once they like warm up to you. Like you obviously you surprise them through like what you know, your knowledge and all that. So then once you do a good job, they're always coming back to you. Like
For
you,
sure, man.
it makes it a lot easier to build clientele, innit?
Yeah, for sure, for sure. Because for a lot of people that don't know what a headmaster is a hairdresser.
Yeah, yeah.
So, what was your like main responsibility while you worked at headmasters, and when did
Uh,
you actually even start working there?
so I started working there after we finished college. I think it was like 2017, 2018,
Mm,
something. Um, and I started off as an apprentice. So like the daily tasks were more like cleaning up in the salon, helping out the other stylists, doing head washes, stuff like that. You get what I mean?
yeah, for
Um,
sure.
but I feel like starting off as an apprentice helped me a lot because
Yeah.
I built up a lot of skills. Like you see, like when I was doing shampoos and stuff, like the head washes, like I
Yes.
developed my own technique of doing it, and
Yeah.
in masters you have to do like a head massage. So what's it? So like I built my own technique of doing the head massages and stuff, right? And
Yeah.
then like every time I do one, they'll be like, "Oh, what? Did they teach you like some special technique or something?" Because you get what I mean. Like the old ladies and that be coming in, I'll be doing a head massage, get a little tip and that. You feel me? Um, so yeah, like I feel like it definitely helped me build a lot of skills in that. That helps me once I got on the shop floor. So like the head massages, it helps like when you want to like sell treatments and stuff.
Yes.
So like you do the head massage and that, and then you'll be like, because they're all relaxed and stuff. That's like the perfect time for you to say, oh, do you want to buy this treatment or do you want
But
this hair routine?
but that's crazy because you kind of have to pick up that skill because that's no skill that you get going into the job.
No, for sure, for sure, for sure. And like that's why I was so glad to start off as an apprentice. And I feel like people kind of look over starting off as an apprentice. They think, oh, I have to go and study first and whatever, whatever. And like obviously we did study first. But I feel like just getting on the shop floor, just like getting that experience and seeing what you like to do
Mm,
is invaluable. Like that is probably the best thing you can do because if I never did that, I wouldn't know a head massage is the perfect way to sell treatments. You get what I'm
no,
saying? Um,
because once people are getting to that phase of relaxation,
Mm.
they're more inclined to kind of like, yeah, you are okay. What do you think? What do you think? Because obviously I'm a barber, and when I'm cutting clients' hair sometimes, and I see that this client's suffering from dry scalp or itchy scalp or something like that, is
Yeah.
I don't just tell them one time like, hey, like you suffering from dry scalp, bro. Like,
Yeah.
I kind of work my way into it, get them to be more comfortable in the chair, because a lot of time for a lot of people that have dry scalp,
Mm.
it starts to build insecurity once you start combing your hair, and
Yeah.
the scalp is just, so you have to kind of like, I think is the skill is knowing when a client is relaxed, when the client knows that it's okay, like, this is not the first time I've seen this, I've dealt with this before, it's normal. Like, how do you kind of get into that like confident stage? Like, because for me, I know like it took me a long time.
Yeah, that's a good question. That's a really good question, actually. Um, I feel like it does take a while, to be honest. Um, I feel like it's the daily grind. It's the daily grind, like getting in every day,
For
um,
sure.
and like doing a lot of different types of hair types, and seeing a lot of different types of clients. Because I feel
For
like
sure.
when you have those really difficult clients, and you
Mm.
get overcome that, like I feel like that is the best way of building your confidence, like for sure. Because I remember there was one instance where a lady came in and she was having like a full head of highlights and stuff with a
Yeah.
haircut, blow dry, everything, right?
Yeah.
And like I remember when I sat down in the chair, she was just looking at me like, "You're gonna be my stylist," like you know what I'm saying? And then like, but lucky for me, I had enough experience to be like, all right, cool. All I have to do is show her confidence, show her that I know what I'm talking about, right? And then from there, she will start to trust me a bit more. So as I sat down, obviously I saw the look and stuff, so I knew, all right, cool. First off, I'm gonna show that I know what I'm talking about. I'm gonna tell her, okay. And sometimes you have to not be harsh with them, but you have to like kind of put them in their place a little bit and show them,
Yeah.
I no, what was you gonna say?
It's like I'm the stylist. Like,
Exactly.
if I'm the stylist and I'm telling you this, it's my job. I know what I'm
Exactly.
doing.
Like I'm the professional. You came to see me for a reason. You get what I'm saying? Like, like, but cause sometimes they forget that, like literally that, like they came to see you. So like, come on, just listen to what I'm saying, and we can have a
Yes,
service. You get what I mean? So I
for
showed
sure.
confidence, showed that I knew what I was talking about, and it kind of made her chill out a little bit. And then from
Yeah,
there, yeah, I got started. She could see my techniques, see that I know what I'm doing, and then from there, like it was smooth sailing. And like I feel like experiences like that definitely build up your confidence for sure, because it
for
shows
sure.
even though it was a difficult situation, I still got out of it, and they left very happy. They left with their hair looking good. They felt better than they did coming into the shop. You get what I'm saying? So like,
Yeah, for sure.
yeah, sure, yeah,
So how, like, obviously in a barber shop, there's a lot of testosterone. Like, everyone is like, hey, hey, or so
yeah.
like in a hairdresser, how is conflict? Like, in a saloon, I mean, like a hair salon,
Yeah.
how is conflict handled? Like, let's say conflict with a client, if a client is not happy with the haircut, or the client is not happy with the color, like
Mm,
obviously a headmasters, how would they deal with it? Is there something that the manager has to get involved? If it's a conflict between two staffs,
yeah.
how is that handled?
So when it comes to the client side, most of the time the manager will get involved. Um, I feel like it is just a bit smarter to get the manager involved, especially in my position because I was a junior stylist. So if
Yeah,
they wasn't comfortable with what I was saying, there was nothing I could do at a certain point. I would just have to get the manager. You get what I'm saying?
yeah.
Um, but like as far as between staff members, boy, I can't lie, it was a bit techie sometimes. I can't lie, it was a bit like you see, like because obviously I'm a guy and everything. Like you can't. go at
Can't
them.
get too in
Yeah,
depth with it.
yeah, because obviously
Yeah.
that women don't want to like offend people, and like as a guy, is you have to tread very lightly. Um,
Yes.
so and like obviously as men, we're very upfront with things. Like you said,
Yeah.
in a got full of testosterone. Like if there's something you don't like, you're finna
You
tell
just,
us.
you just
Yeah,
say it.
with them, like in a hair salon, it's a lot different. Like you have to
Yes.
play like the political game, like kind of have to like, you get what I'm saying? Like
Yes, for
it's
sure.
subtle. It's more subtle. So yeah, that was I feel like that was something that was hard for me to deal with, like
Yeah.
because I'm an upfront person. Like if there's something I don't like, I'm gonna come to you and be like, listen, this is, you get what I'm saying?
I don't
Um,
like this. This
yeah,
needs to kind of stop. And because I feel like in a barbershop sometimes, you when it's between you and a client, it's normally between you and your client. You know
yeah,
what I mean? Like, all right, cool. A client can come and say, "Hey, I'm not happy with the haircut. I don't want to pay for it." Most
mm,
times, there's nothing you can do if they're saying, "Yo, I'm not happy with it."
yeah,
It's like, okay, cool. What are you not happy with? That's the first thing. Like as barbers, we try to do is to try to fix that problem where it's like, all right, cool. What are you not happy with? Can I fix this? Can I fix this? Sometimes you can get other barbers involved and they try to fix it. But
yeah,
most times in a barber shop, when if an argument between you and the staff, it's just so like, who is going to basically like back out of this argument? And sometimes it can get a bit techie, man. So I've always imagined in a hairdressers, it could be a lot long, man.
it's
It would be crazy.
it's not easy, fam. I can't
So
lie.
from someone like yourself who has been in like a predominant black salon or like black hairdressers and also worked in a predominant white hairdresser, um what do you think the main difference is between
Um,
both salons?
I feel like the main difference is pretty much just cultural. You get what I'm
Mm,
saying? After, I'm pretty sure most of the people watching have heard of like code switching, right? Where like you have to know who you're talking to and kind of like change, not change, but you have to be able to adapt. You get what I'm saying?
adapt.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes.
I
But
can't.
as a business, though, how do you feel like both are run? Like obviously in college, we learned about something called a consultation form, which
Yeah,
is when you have a client, you write their name down on a piece of paper, you write down what they want, you write down what you're doing for them, you write down how they're styling it, what time they came in, and I think you even write down what time you finish. That's something that we learned in college. Is this like
yeah,
as a business?
yeah.
How do you
I,
see them both running?
obviously, I feel like it depends where you work, right?
True.
Headmasters is it's very regimented. So like the client sits down. Obviously, we didn't really have consultation forms, but there were certain
Yeah.
questions that I had to ask. And like
Compulsory questions or
I wouldn't say compulsory, but if you're a smart stylist, you're gonna have to ask those questions because it's like that's how you're gonna get through the service. So like say
yes.
um the client sits down and they come in for a haircut, right? Um
Yeah.
you're not asking about like their lifestyle, how they style their hair. Like say
Mm,
someone comes in, they want layers and they want a lot of movement in their hair, they have to
yeah.
style way more often. You get what I'm saying? But
Yes. For
with layers,
sure.
you can't just have like straight hair and it looks styled. You get what I'm saying? Like it's gonna
For
look,
sure.
and a lot of clients don't understand that. They'll say, like why can't I have that hairstyle, whatever, whatever. Like, bro, are you gonna actually style it? Like, do you get what I'm saying? But
It's like because at the end of the day is that hairstyle would not start because you get that with barbers. Like I can't lie. Like I've had a client that came in and he goes, "Oh man, I want a 0 and a 2." I was
yeah,
like, "Oh, you mean a 2 and a 0?" He goes, "No, I want a 0 on top and 2 on the sides." What he's telling me is he wants the granddad hairstyle, which is the
yeah,
board on top, two on the sides. I'm
yeah,
like, bro, you mean the other way around? He goes, no, bro, my friend had it. I like it. That's what I want. I'm like, bro, it's a 2 on top and a 0 on the sides. He's like, no, bro, it's a 0 on top and a 2 on the sides.
yeah,
So I pull out my phone and I go, all right, cool. I'm not just gonna do it for you because you say you want this. This is my job. This is my reputation. So I said I will show you two pictures, and you tell me which one is similar to what you want. So I showed him a two on top and a zero on the side. He goes, "Yeah, bro, this is the one." I goes, "That's the two on top and a zero on the sides." He
Literally
goes,
what
"Oh, my bad, my bad. I thought it was a zero on top, two on the sides." Which I sat there and I thought to myself,
imagine if
"What
you
are
had
you talking about? Imagine if I'd done that."
like he would have a heart attack. I can't lie.
Bro, because he would have been saying that and saying to himself, "Oh my God, like, oh, my barber's ruined my hair, my life, my reputation,"
Mm,
not knowing that, bro, you've asked for it.
yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
No, literally,
But
and like you did the right thing as far as showing a picture, because I feel like that is a big thing. Like, and
yeah,
because even sometimes in hairdressing, like a lady will come in with a picture that she wants, right? And then
yeah,
you okay, cool. But have you realized that that person has like a different face shape to you, or you get what I mean? They may have a different life
yes,
that like you just can't have. You get what I'm saying?
for
So
sure.
you have to pull out your phone, show pictures of something similar that will like suit that person. You get what I mean? And you kind of like kind of like meet in the middle, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
And like certain compromises have to be made. You know what I'm saying?
Of course, because not every hairstyle can go for everyone, and not everyone can go with a certain hairstyle. Sometimes you get people with shorter hair, but they
Mm,
bring a style with someone that has a very long hair, and
mm.
you're like, "Ah, look, like you can't have that style because your hair's not long enough," or vice versa.
Yeah, exactly, exactly.
But eventually, like after years, you left Headmasters. Where did you go, and why did you think it was the right time for you to leave Headmasters?
Um, I didn't leave Headmasters for any like professional reasons. It was more to do with like the
Personal.
yeah, and
All
it
right.
was starting to get a bit of a toxic work environment. It wasn't like it was an amazing place to work as far as clientele. Like you have plenty of clients. Like you're very busy. You can make a lot of money. But
Yeah.
I wasn't happy. I'll be honest. And I say it's not any professional reasons. It slightly is as well because like I feel like I'm the type of hairstylist where I want to take time with my clients and really perfect
Yes.
their hairstyle. Like I remember there was one instance where I was doing a short haircut for like an older woman who she would always come in to see me because she loved the way I did her haircuts and stuff, innit?
Yeah.
Because as well. I love doing graduated bob, short haircuts, pixie cuts, stuff like that, right?
Mm.
So they always come to see me. And I remember they just kept rushing clients in, yeah. And I was like, I'm trying to do like I'm trying to actually focus on this client's hair because she's very particular as well. But she would
With
always
how she wants it.
yeah. She would always give a tip though. She was very nice, but she was just very particular. Um so it
Did you
like
have a set time to when a client needs to be out of the chair? Was there
yeah.
like a set time?
Yeah. They was very strict on that. Very strict.
Wow.
Like that was one of the things that I just couldn't get down with because there is one thing where if you're taking too long, then it's understandable because you have to make money. You get what I'm saying?
For
The more
sure.
the more money you make, right? But obviously, like they was giving me like 45 minutes for every haircut, right? Not even you get this amount of time for this haircut, this amount. Nah, it was like 45 minutes. They need to be out. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
They don't realize that a short haircut is more personalized. So you have to take a bit longer to do it. Like a longer haircut is just one length and then you do the layers very quickly and then you do the blow dry, right? But with a
Right.
short haircut, it's like it has to be personalized to their face shape. You can have different levels of graduation at the back, depending on how steep they want it, how graduated they want it, how much weight they want out of the hair. Like, there's so many aspects that go into a shorter haircut that you can't just rush. Because if you rush
Yeah.
it, you bad cut, and they're not going to be happy. They ain't coming back. You know what I'm saying? So you
For
end
sure.
like in
But
the
if
in
they
the
come back, they're like, "Hey, I don't want you. I want the other person."
exactly, and
So
like
where did you ended up going when you left Headmasters?
so I ended up going to a place called Josh Wood, which is in like Park area. But yeah, it was an amazing place because like a lot of celebrities and stuff go there. So like Millie Bobby Brown, I don't know if she still goes there, but she used to go there. David Beckham, uh, Victoria Beckham. I think
Wow.
kids there as well. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Like it was
Once you're in that kind of environment and you get to meet this type of people,
mm,
it's like there's something different about when I see celebrities online and when I
mm,
see them in person. It makes
mm,
me feel like if I can see you in person, I know you're a real person and I know that I can achieve that goal that I set for myself. Because sometimes I feel like people idolize celebrities and people of this class so highly that
mm.
we don't feel like we can achieve what they've achieved. So when you get to see them in person, you realize you're just a regular bloke.
Yeah.
You're just like me.
No,
That's
exactly.
crazy, man. That's
Yeah, yeah,
crazy because I remember like seeing couple celebrities as a barber, like footballers and stuff, and I just thought to myself, like, wow, like like you're someone that has seen your dream full.
yeah,
You've had a dream and you've pursued it and you've seen that dream, and it's like it made me realize I can also follow my dream and see it through. You
yeah.
know.
No, exactly.
For
Like,
have you like been to like like a convention for barbers, hairdressers?
uh,
Is that something that you guys participated in?
uh, n- not really. We went to a lot of like smaller events.
Mm.
So, we went to like a L'Oreal day.
Mm.
It's like a spa day. Because there's a L'Oreal. It's like I don't know if it's like the main headquarters, but it's in Hammersmith. I don't know if it's still there because this was like quite a while ago, isn't it? But
Yes.
yeah, it was pretty good actually. Like obviously they teach you about their different products, whatever products they're gonna be releasing in the future. They teach you like different spa techniques, head massages, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Um, and obviously how to the best way of like selling their treatments and their products and stuff.
Yeah.
Um, I remember there was a huge thing that was happening around about that time because they was changing their name from Smartbond to Olaplex.
Mm. Yes. 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 I see everyone raving about the Olaplex right now.
Yeah,
That's the
yeah,
big thing.
yeah.
Wow.
But
So, what is the one message that obviously you get a lot of younger people, younger black people, I would say, like could be guys, could be girls that want to go into hairdressing in shops like Headmasters, in shops like Roche, in shop like Josh Wood, in shops like Supercuts that are predominantly white owned, but they feel like, hey, I want to work in that environment. How
yeah,
do you feel like they can kind of like settle in a lot quicker? Do you feel like this is
um,
something that they can achieve? Like,
yeah, no, for sure. Like I'm the type of person where I believe whatever you put your mind to, you can definitely achieve.
yeah,
Um, but like with everything, like it's gonna take hard work. You get what I'm saying? Uh,
for sure,
I love the saying. Um, what's it? Anything that's worth something isn't gonna come easy. So if
for
it is
sure.
worth something in life, like you're gonna have to put in the hard work to achieve that. And
Mm.
I feel like living your life by that is definitely a positive thing. But obviously it comes with its difficulties. Obviously, being of a certain skin color, whatever, right? It comes with a bit of prejudice. I can never say that word properly.
That gets me. That gets me as well.
No, it's like I was thinking, should I say a different word? But I was like, you know, it is what it is, man. Um, but yeah, like it does come with its difficulties. But that's like everything in life. Just keep
True.
working at it, and I'm sure it's gonna work in your favor because
For
they'll see
sure.
a different phase. They'll wonder, oh, like how did they get to this position, whatever, whatever, and it'll build like some sort of excitement to come see you. You get what I
Yeah.
mean? And you show that you know what you're doing, you have confidence. Like, bro, you're good. You're good.
Confidence is key, they say, man.
Yeah.
So, what is the one lesson that you've learned from a client? Why, or just a lesson that you've learned being a hairdresser that still lives with you to this day?
I would say you can change someone's entire day, entire week from being a nice person. Uh, like and
I'm not
obviously
gonna lie, I have to give you a round of applause for that
nah.
one because that is facts. That is facts,
Yeah,
bro.
no,
Like that is, bro. I'm sorry for cutting you off, bro.
no,
But that is amazing. That is facts.
no, for real though. Like it's facts, bro. Because as long as like you be a nice person, right? You have a smile on your face, even if you're not the most amazing hairdresser, right? Just
Yeah,
the energy will bring them back to you.
for
You get what
sure, for
they'll
sure.
come in, say you did like a mediocre job, right?
Yeah,
And like you could do the exact same as another hairstylist, but you have a smile on your face and you have good energy. They'll
for
always come
sure.
because when they sit in your chair, you have a laugh, like they get to know you, you get to know them, you build rapport. They'll always come back to you. You get what I mean?
For
Because
sure, man.
doing a good job, like you're creating a good atmosphere where you work, and I feel like that rubs off not only on the client but the other people you work with as well. So that's one thing that I learned is just coming in with a positive attitude every day, having a smile on your face, and yeah, man, like I feel like that's so important.
Man, honestly, say it's been amazing having you as my second guest on this episode. Man, it's been lovely. It's been amazing. We have had such a brilliant conversation. The key message for me in this episode is do what you can with what you have where you are. You know, it just means that don't wait until the moment is perfect. The moment is perfect right now. Just strive for your goal and try to achieve that goal.
Mm.
Today, I'm your host, Kenneth. I'm here with my brother, Say. I hope that with this episode, you've learned something that if you don't already know, you've learned something from this episode about the life of young black man in a hairdresser. It's an entrepreneur. It's my brother. You know, it's a licensed hairdresser. You know what? As well, he can engineer music as well. You know, that's another episode that we need to talk about. Is you're a brilliant music engineer. You know what I mean? So it's like hairdressing did not just put you into one lane. Like you still had life outside of being in a hairdresser, which
Yeah.
is you pursued your music, you pursued other aspects of your life, which was amazing, bro. Like a lot of people always say, like, oh, like being a barber, being a hairdresser takes so much time out my day. I can't do nothing else. But like
Like
that's
like obviously I feel like you should have passion in like obviously if you're doing hair you should have passion in that, right? But
yeah,
outside of that, because personally I believe a 9 to 5 is you're building for that company, you get what I mean?
for
You're not
sure,
not building for yourself. You get what I'm saying?
for
Unless
sure.
you have your own bit like hairdressing business outside of that as well, then cool, fair enough. Like that's calm. But if you want to do something else, that's your opportunity. Take that money that you're making from that job and put it into something else, bro. Like, God,
Yeah,
like that's like if you're like I said, if you're at work, you're building towards that company's goals. You're not building towards your own goals. So
you need to find out your goals
yeah,
as well.
yeah,
Man,
no,
that's amazing. But bro, it's been lovely, lovely having this conversation with you.
no,
We're definitely going to chop you up more. Get to see you probably on the later episodes.
yes, sir.
Definitely, and Say is also getting his own live streaming up as well. So that
Yeah,
would be amazing. I can't wait to see that, my bro. Big dreams, big things coming and happening this year. Love and respect are always my brother.
love and respect, man. Come on, come on. I
You
appreciate you. as well, man.
All
I
right,
can't.
listen, I appreciate you finding the time to join on this podcast, man.
No, of
And
course.
if anyone is trying to be a guest on a podcast, just make sure to hit me a message on my DMs or send me an email at hello@frostfades.com. I'm happy to have you as a guest on the podcast. And for any sponsors as well, just hello@frostfades.com. That is the email to reach me. Love, respect, always.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.